Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about how as a business owner you can stop feeling so anxious, stop feeling overwhelmed, and really get a clear overview of your business and identify the key growth levers to drive it forward. So you have less stress, less anxiety, and more clarity how to operate your sales and marketing strategy. And to give you a little bit of background about myself, my name is Tobias Kager. I'm a marketer from Germany, and I'm currently the head of sales and marketing for a software company here in Germany, where we were able, since I took it over, to way over double the business in under 2 years. And I also have my own agency where I consulted clients up to $4 million a year. And the reason I created this channel and this video as well is because I faced this problem myself. I saw it in my clients, and I just want to share with you guys what helped me and what helped my clients as well, how to fix this. So let me jump over to the board and I'll lay this out for you. So when it comes to your sales and marketing or business strategy in general, anxiety and being overwhelmed mainly comes, in my opinion, from two factors. There's number one, there is indecision that triggers anxiety. And the second one is overload. And excuse my terrible handwriting, but I think you get what I mean. And I mainly want to focus on overload right here. But let's start with indecision. Anxiety and being overwhelmed arises if you have big decisions that are still unmade and that bother you and that you're on the fence about and you're not committing like you should. And that's either because you're missing information. And I'm not saying I'm above that. That happens to me too, but it's just what I figure out and what helped me and what I saw in my clients. It's either you lack information, then you need to get that, of course, that's pretty self-explanatory, or what it's most of the time, it's that you avoiding something. There's avoidant behavior, that you have to do something that you don't want to. And if it's that, and I think you have a pretty good feeling in your stomach which one of the two it is, you have to figure that out. And what helped me with the indecision part is, if you're avoiding something, just figuring out worst case scenarios. So if you, for example, I hated in the beginning filming videos and stuff, really figure out what is the worst case that can happen if I just go all in at it. Can I live with the consequences? And that helped me drive down anxiety, first of all, tremendously. And second of all, work with the worst case scenarios, but then also lay out a clear factual map and clear steps what you need to do. So break it down in smaller biteable pieces that don't overwhelm you if it's something really scary that you don't want to do. So first of all, work with worst case scenarios and then break it down into really bite-sized pieces, so small. So that's the first one. The second one is the overwhelmed part. Being overwhelmed comes from in my experience, your nervous system experiencing too many stimuli at once that you can't comprehend. So you can't see that there's a saying in German, you can't see the forest for all the trees, because you just have sensory overload. If you have 10 different tasks coming in, and for example, employees annoy you with different stuff, and then your daily tasks are going wrong, and then your marketing strategy, you have to do that as well. But you think you have to do some social media posts and it's all too much, and you're working all the time, but without a clear strategy. It's not numbers based. The decisions are, if you are a business owner or you're caught up in daily tasks, I'm sure you know that you could work all day because there's always something that you can do, but it's not really driving the business forward. And it's the same, especially for the marketing and sales process. If you work with employees, for example, in marketing, you can do a lot, but there's also a lot of stuff that's a waste of time. And that's very often used, for example, if you have a marketing team, it's very often used as excuses just to kill time and get work done, that you just do some random Instagram or social media posts, or immense time is wasted on designs because that's easy. That seems like work, but it isn't. It doesn't drive the business forward. And if you are in that position, you're working all day, but you have all those different things coming in, but you don't have a clear strategy, a clear overview of the business, what drives it forward and where you should apply and devote your resources to, that's when you get overwhelmed. And that's when everything, especially when something goes wrong on a day, that's when you get overwhelmed and just feeling this burned out feeling, because you're working all the time, but you don't know how to get out of that. because you're doing stuff, but it's not moving forward. And in my opinion, where you have to address this is just, first of all, get a clear overview over your business as a whole. And with that, I mean, get a piece of paper or just an online board like here, and then map out your business. And that's not that hard to do, because every business exists out of 3 parts or 4 parts. You have the traffic part. So where do you get your traffic from? Where do you get your leads and your customers from? Then you have the conversion part. That's your website, your sales process, and everything that goes into that. Then you have your delivery, of course, of your service. That's something that should work well in your business anyways. And then you have your remarketing, but that's a smaller part here. And if it comes to growth, you really have to map out, okay, through what channels are our leads and our traffic coming from? Is it, for example, social? Is it, for example, referrals from clients? Is it from partnerships? Is it organic SEO traffic? And that all goes into here, into the traffic. And just write it down, get the numbers. The numbers are the most important thing, because that, if you have the clear numbers, it will dampen your anxiety like crazy, because it's factual based. It's not like it's not based on emotions and experiencing or thinking things are working, but it's just factual based. And then you write it down. And then you will clearly see what is driving your business at the moment. And you potentially see where you're lacking. For example, with the software, we got the most traffic from organic and from referrals. But a lot of physiotherapists in this example, in the software example, were on social media. So this was a big gap for us. And what we did, for example, here, we optimized the organic parts, so SEO and stuff, as much as possible. And then we focused, because we knew this was like market research. We knew physiotherapists were on the platform. And that's the first thing you need to know, where those people are, of course. And then we try to figure out that channel and made that work with paid ads in that example. But you really have to write it out and get it on a piece of paper, so it's factual based. And first, if you have employees, who is working on what, and is it driving results? If you have 10 people working on your social media strategy and you don't see an increase in traffic that leads to conversions and sales, you have a problem there. And so you can, as the business owner, you have a very clear overview over the whole thing, because it's, as I said, you're not guessing anymore. You just have to write it down with all the numbers. And of course, when it comes to revenue, where is your revenue coming from what channels? So that's the first part. And when the traffic is coming in, how is the funnel working behind it? If you have different funnels, you have to map them out. And then how is the conversion rate? How is the conversion rate on your website? How is the conversion rate on your sales process? Can that be improved? And that's most of the times the first thing I would focus on, because most businesses have some sort of working traffic channel. Otherwise, the business wouldn't run. And many times there is a lot to be gained in making the sales process more efficient and optimize, for example, the website and the loading speeds, and how from a psychology standpoint, how the website is created, how well it converts. Those are just low-hanging fruits that you can work on to improve that part. Because if you manage to have efficiency gains here, it's really, really effective, because you can just get more money out of your existing traffic that's coming in. So that's what I would really focus on. So website, first of all, or if you have other forms of conversion where people are coming in, for example, instant forms on Facebook, and your sales process. That's the first thing. And as I said, see how many people are working on that and how much money you're spending, or if you work with an agency, for example, and how well the results are. And you have to get the numbers to see that. That's very, very, very important. And if you have that mapped out, then you can go to your traffic sources. And then you see, okay, I have organic is working well, for example, from SEO. How can we improve that? Are we ranking as well as we can? Is, again, our website as optimized as it can be? So optimize what you have. And then if that's done, then focus on new channels where you know your target audience is. So as I said, if it's on social media, it's on social media, and then you focus on that. And as I said, you really need to get those numbers nailed. you have to get the numbers, you have to know where your customers and your traffic is coming from to have that overview. But if you have that nailed and you know, okay, where are we assigning resources to? Employees, money, agencies, external services and stuff, and how many results, how well does it drive results for us? Then you can clearly make strategic changes based on your piece of paper, basically on your map. And for the last part, and then I will close this video because we're already at 11 minutes. If you have all these channels running, for example, and when it comes to ads specifically, it's always great to get more money out of your existing clients that you generate because your funnel will be more profitable. So if you're not doing it already, make sure you have a remarketing funnel via email, for example, that upsells your existing clients to more services. So the lifetime value of your clients goes up, and then the whole part here will be more profitable because your resources are more justified to spend them to get one client. And of course, if you run ads, for example, it will be more effective as well. So I really hope this short video helped you guys. You can really map this out for your own business and hopefully then get more clarity in your business, less anxiety, and have a more strategic strategy going forward. That's it, and see you in the next video.